Welcome to the channel. This is a CLA. It's a 250. But the principles generally will work on several cars. Today project we're working on the stop start. So this feature here, and this is whereby normally when you come to a stop, especially maybe you're driving, and then normally the car will just turn off, and then the moment you just let off the brake like that, it will start up and then you start driving. Today we're going to figure out what are the main causes of the problems, because this one is not working, and then we're going to find out the possible solution for it. All right, let's begin. So this is what happens when I drive the car. So I meet the required threshold for the speed. So the speed, we already passed 15 right there, so we already passed the threshold. So what happens is the customer complains that when they come to a complete stop, just like that, all the way, the car is just running, the echo start does not activate, there's nothing showing there on the dash, and right here it's telling us that this thing is on. So they just want to know why this thing is not working. All right, let's get into it. All right, to start up, I'm going to go through the common factors that make this thing not to work. And first of all, let me start up the car. And then the first thing, you have to make sure that it's up to there. That the preconditions is number one, is right here. You have to make sure the temperature is all the way. And then the second one, which I didn't know, you have to turn off this AC. Normally just turn it off, just let it go off like that. And then number three, which normally people sometimes they forget, is turning this thing on. You turn it on like that, you make sure it's green. Another thing which people normally forget to do is right here, which is the driver side. You have to make sure when you're driving, you have to make sure you lock in your seatbelt right over here. Make sure you lock it like that. You make sure you buckle that. So once that is done, and another major common thing, which is going to be our battery. So you have to make sure the voltage of your battery is up to the required standard. Without that, this start stop feature will not work. All right, let's begin with the battery. So first thing I'll do in front right here is make sure that we check if our battery is okay. So and then we measure the voltage. So just come right here, take this one out. So we have our positive, we have our negative. So what we're going to do after that is we are going to try to do a load testing. So you'll need to have kind of like a tool to measure that. So for my case, I'm using a battery load tester, this one right here. So what I do, I have to hook up the red side to the positive side, and then the black side to the negative side, and then we're going to do the load testing. So let's do it. So I get this negative side and I put right over there. Let's make sure this thing is holding well, and then the positive side, make sure this thing just comes right over here, and then we'll make sure our load tester is right over here. So if you look at our load tester, it's telling us the battery is at 12 point something, is coming to 13. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load test it. So load testing means I'm trying to put like load on it, so this thing comes to weak. So that means our battery also might be a factor that's contributing to the thing not working, because once I crank it, when it runs, this thing is a bit weak. All right, once we establish that, we go to the next thing. And the next thing is to make sure that our coolant, all right, make sure this thing is aligned in. So next thing, we have to make sure our coolant is up to level. I know most people don't normally come and check on that, because without this thing coming up all the way, this thing is not going to work. If the coolant level is low, our start stop is not going to work. All right, so we established all these things are okay. So let's go inside the car and then do the next stuff. So when we come inside, before we start our road test, I have to make sure that I run some tests on here, and then clear out all the unnecessary codes that might be in the system. All right, so I'm using a snap-on tool today, so let me just go take you guys through it. So let me go all the way to Mercedes. So we're right over here. I come to Mercedes. So this is a 2015, and then we do automatic. I don't know if you guys can see this thing clearly. And then we come to our engine, and then we can run some tests on the engine, and then we come to our data. So we scroll down all the way, and then we come to our requirements for auto start stop. So here we are. So this is the requirement. So it's saying the button echo start stop function. Already our car has it. We have it right over there. So this one is saying is okay. And then number 2, we have something that's not okay. This is the onboard electrical system. So this kind of like the requirements for auto start stop button to work. So we keep scrolling down. So we see where our other problem is. So all this stuff is saying we are all okay. All right, we have another thing, presence of a driver. So it's saying it's not okay. So what this means is, so what I told you guys, you have to lock in your seatbelt. So I'll take my seatbelt right here, right now, and then I'll show you guys what this thing means. So once you get your seatbelt all the way, all right, and then I lock it like you can hear click. All right, you see the thing has gone from not okay, the presence of a driver, to okay. So this is really important. Now some people might forget it, they might not lock in their seatbelt, and then this start stop is not going to work. So just make sure, let's just go through the whole list. Right over here, say okay. So this one, the emergency vehicle, this one is not necessary. This is a no. Everything else is showing me is okay. So apart from the electrical onboard, so I'll go on in there and then check everything out, and then finish up. And then we hit up the road, we go for road test, but we have to clear all the codes in the system, and then we should be good to go. So once we come in from right here, we just open our fuse box, just like right over there, and then you just open it right from over here, and then this thing pops like this. You take it out. Alright, it's a front fuse box. So I'm just going to show you the relay, which is responsible for the start stop, for the echo start stop. This is the one on the last right over here, so you might have to check it, make sure this is okay. So this is how it looks like. So normally, if I want to make sure that this thing is okay, what I normally do is I take this one right here, which is on the front. This is for the horn. All right, so you just take this good one, like you just exchange them out, and then you just replace this one here, which is going to be for our echo start stop. And then once that is done, we'll clear all the cords, and then we will do a road test to make sure this thing is gone. All right, well, that's good. All right, let's do some tests. And then another thing also, which I didn't mention earlier on, so when you're doing a road test, you have to make sure that you are up to speed, and the speed which normally they require for this thing to start working, the start stop, is you have to be, so it needs to be like 3 to 5 miles per hour. So that literally, that means everybody has to be within that speed. So literally you have to be driving for within a given speed, and then when you come to a complete stop, and then this thing is going to activate. All right, let's do it. So let's do a kind of road test. So we are going to activate this, and then we see what happens. So when you come right here, you click on that, and then it's going to show us this list of stuff. I don't know if you guys can see very well right over there. So there's onboard electrical system, outside temperature, brake, vacuum. But normally when you start the car and you start driving, so you see those ones became okay. So we have speed threshold and then electrical onboard. But normally when you start driving, this one will start going away. So let's do it. All right, so we're good to go. So we start driving. Don't know if you guys can see that. So the speed threshold is there. Electrical onboard is going to go to okay. So everything is now all the way okay. So what we do is we just drive it. Now you guys can see that we are driving, and then once we stop, this thing should be able to work. And make sure when you stop, you normally step on the brake all the way. So you guys can see right here on the dash, it's showing the A sign, and then the engine has gone off. I don't know if you guys can hear it, and then this thing shows us it's on. So when I release my feet from down there, so the car starts, and then we're good to go, so we can drive on like that. So that's how it is, guys. That's how to fix this start stop thing from your car, and to make sure it goes on. So like the way I mentioned earlier, make sure the preconditions are in place, and make sure that you clear all the cords from the system, and then this thing is going to work without any problem. All right, thank you for watching the video. If you have any question, you can leave in the comment section, and I'll be glad to reply to you, and then see you in the next video. All right, okay, bye bye.